So animals have been on my mind lately, which got me back to reading all about Noah and his ark. And I was concerned as how did he get all them animals onto the ark? So I shall start with a reading from the Bible, and then I shall add a little dialogue afterwards. The Lord saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every intention of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually. And the Lord regretted that he had made man on the earth, and it grieved him to his heart. So the Lord said, I will blot out man, whom I have created from the face of the land, man and animals and creeping things and birds of the heavens, for I am sorry that I have made them. But Noah found favour in the eyes of the Lord. These are the generations of Noah. Noah was a righteous man, blameless in his generation. Noah walked with God. And Noah had 3 sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. Now the earth was corrupt in God's sight, and the earth was filled with violence. And God saw the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted their way on the earth. And God said to Noah, I have determined to make an end of all flesh, for the earth is filled with violence through them. Behold, I will destroy them with the earth. Make yourself an ark of gopher wood. Make rooms in the ark and cover it inside and out with pitch. This is how you are to make it. The length of the ark 300 cubits, its breadth 50 cubits, and its height 30 cubits. Make a roof for the ark and finish it to a cubit above, and set the door of the ark in its side. Make it with lower, second and third decks. For behold, I will bring a flood of waters upon the earth to destroy all flesh in which the breath of life under heaven. Everything that is on the earth shall die, but I will establish my covenant with you, and you shall come into the ark, your sons, your wife, and your sons' wives with you. And of every living thing of all flesh you shall bring 2 of every sort into the ark to keep them alive with you. They shall be male and female. Of the birds according to their kinds, and of the animals according to their kinds, of every creeping thing of the ground according to its kind, 2 of every sort shall come in to you to keep them alive. Also take with you every sort of food that is eaten, and store it up. It shall serve as food for you and for them. Noah did this, he did all that God commandeth. Then the Lord said to Noah, Go into the ark, and you and all your household, for I have seen that you are righteous before me in this generation. Take with you 7 pairs of all clean animals, the male and his mate, and a pair of the animals that are not clean, the male and his mate, and 7 pairs of the birds of the heavens also, male and female, to keep their offspring alive on the face of all the earth. For in 7 days I will send rain on the earth 40 days and 40 nights, and every living thing that I have made I will blot out from the face of the ground. And Noah did all that the Lord had commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood of waters came upon the earth, and Noah and his sons and his wife and his sons' wives with him went into the ark to escape the waters of the flood. Of clean animals, and of animals that are not clean, and of birds, and of everything that creeps on the ground, 2 and 2, male and female, went into the ark with Noah, as God had commanded Noah. And after 7 days the waters of the flood came upon the earth. In the 600th year of Noah's life, in the 2nd month, on the 17th day of the month, on that day all the fountains of the great deep burst forth, and the windows of the heavens were opened. And rain fell upon the earth 40 days and 40 nights. On the very same day Noah and his sons Shem and Ham and Japheth, and Noah's wife and the 3 wives of his sons went along with Noah and entered the ark, they and every beast according to its kind, and all the lively stock according to their kinds, and every creeping thing that creeps on the earth according to its kind, and every bird according to its kind, every winged creature. They went into the ark with Noah, 2 and 2 of all flesh in which there was the breath of life. And those that entered, male and female of all flesh, went in, as God had commanded him. And the Lord shut him in. Right, that ends the reading. Find it quite interesting that the Lord shut him in, so he wasn't going to allow any of them out. So Noah was also 600 years old. What an old boy he was. Bless him. See, that was back in the days when God allowed us to live for a long time. But somehow our lifespans are being shortened. Probably because we're so naughty. Anyway, where was the space for all these animals? And I'm going to discuss my theory about this. How come he managed to get all the animals of the world into this ark that was only so many cubits by so many cubits, which I've been told would be 510 foot long and 85 foot wide, which does not seem a very suitable space to fit a pair of animals from each species. Surely that would be a bit cramped and against their animal rights. Either there were less animals in those days, or perhaps not such a diverse number of species, perhaps just one feline species, one wolf species to represent the dog species, one type of monkey, to represent all the monkey species. So how did Noah keep all these endangered species under control and stop them chasing and eating each other? Like why wasn't the dogs chasing the cats and the cats chasing the birds, and why was the elephant not scared by the mouse and so on? Well, I also wonder how he managed to keep all of the animals alive. And it does say in here that he was given the livestock to take to make sure there's enough food. Though I used to wonder, I wonder if it was God's manna that kept them all alive and kept them all fed. Maybe he sent down his manna every day to the ark. And I find it quite interesting about the clean animals and the non-clean animals. So they were allowed to come, the clean animals in groups of 7 and the non-clean only in 2. And you have to look back in the Bible to find the list of what are clean animals and what are not clean animals, because there was something about why some animals were clean and some animals were not clean, which I find quite interesting. So we've got the livestock of every kind. But how did they not eat each other? How did they get along? Well, this is my theory. I'm not sure if anyone else has ever said this. And if someone else has, good on them. Obviously, great minds think alike. So I think that Noah took a pair of each animal, but it wasn't an adult animal. I think it was a baby version. He took all the young offspring, which would then, well, they won't be grown up enough to want to kill each other. Hopefully they'll all just be happily playing with each other and being fed together, and perhaps being a little mischievous as baby animals are. This way the lion's not eating the antelope, because hopefully the baby lion and the baby antelope are lying down together. So instead of having full-grown adult animals, the ark would be big enough and spacious enough for cubs, puppies, baby monkeys, foals, calves, chicks, larvae, joeys and whelps. And this is my theory of how Noah saved all the animals. Hope you like it. Thanks for listening. And don't forget, look after the animals. Maybe that's why we're here on Earth, to look after nature and look after everything. We are the guardians.